Hey everybody, good to see you. And I just wanted to touch base with everyone a little bit because we're getting a few weeks into the term and our informative speeches are coming out. And so for that reason, I thought it would be nice before we have our Zoom calls to just touch base and talk a little bit about thinking about our topics, how you choose a topic, and I'm sure wheels are turning this week as you're thinking about your selections. So a couple of things that I'd like you to consider as you're choosing your topic. One of the trickiest things I find that students struggle with is the difference between whether they are going to be informing or persuading. And with a speech like this, the assignment is to inform your audience rather than persuade. So people can get into muddy water when it comes to topics that have two sides. And so you're talking about one of them. Like if you're going to talk about the benefits of medication for treating OCD, for example, there would be an opposing side than talking about the limitations of that too. So when you think about your topic, try and analyze, is there a counter perspective to this? And so am I kind of focusing on building a case or a side to present when really there's another side to it as well? So versus like, I know some of you are in psychology or going to be a psychology major. So if you picked a particular brain process and you talked about that and you talked about the facets of the brain and the way people are impacted, now we're talking about an informative topic that really is to inform, that there's research behind it and evidence that explain this particular process, and you're going to explain that. So another example might be, I know some of you love gardening, and if you were titling your speech "Why You Should Have a Garden," that's persuasive. Versus if you were going to talk about the process of setting up your first garden. So now we're talking about a process, and someone else might have slightly different steps than you do, and that's okay. This is the result of your research, your experience, your exposure to the topic. So it's not necessarily black and white, but it's not going to be something that is going to be, highly debated. So that being said, if you have additional questions, please feel free to shoot me an email this week. And then I've listed in the announcements that a few times this week to gather together and for people to share their topics and field questions. But one other thing I wanted to mention in terms of audience is, as you pick something that you like, because that's always a great starting point, picking something that you like as your topic, then really thinking, how do I expand this topic and include an aspect of it that is going to be something that connects to many people. So really thinking about that as you go through your topic selection. And the last thing I wanted to say before we go is I am currently standing in the beautiful Paulina Springs in Central Oregon. And this is a favorite place that we come to as a family every summer. So I love the sound, I love the beauty of it. The water is ice cold and it is completely fresh. So you could grab a glass and fill it up and drink right from it, which I have done before. So anyway, enjoy your week and look forward to seeing you on Zoom in the coming days. Thanks.